Hi, Imtiaz. It's Mrs. Sheen. You've done a pretty good job on this summary. There are a few things I wanted to talk with you about, so that's why I decided this video might be helpful. So let's begin with your first sentence. Okay, it's pretty good, but there's a few little points that I want you to notice. Okay, first one is look at this. Starbucks by Kenneth Polland. Okay, the title of this article is Starbucks. When you see the word by, after it comes a name. And how do you know it's a name? Well, you might not be familiar with all English names, but you see there's two parts of it, and you see that it's got a capital letter and a lowercase letter. So by seeing the word by, you know that it's telling you, oh, this is written by Kenneth Polland. Okay, so what that means is for your first sentence is you need to change a couple things. First of all, you can take out this sentence, this word, article. You don't need it because if you just say in Starbucks and then put your quotation marks there, take out the word by, put a comma, by Kenneth Polland. Okay, so you just say in Starbucks, Kenneth Polland discusses. Okay, discusses is a good verb all by itself. It doesn't need discuss about because the word discuss has the idea in it of talk about something. So you don't have to use the word about. It's sort of repetitive. So in Starbucks, Kenneth Polland discusses what? The ingredient that how Starbucks became more popular cafe in the United States. Okay, this phrase needs a little bit of work. I would take out this part. Just say how Starbucks, past tense, right? Not become, not present, past, right? It already did. It already became popular, right? So became not more now you can't say more popular because you're not talking about two cafes that you're comparing. You're talking about all the cafes and you're talking about the number one, right? And when you have the number one, you use what we call in grammar a superlative. So you want to use the most popular cafe. Okay? So those are some things to work on in that first sentence. But generally speaking, you've identified the main point, which is this article is about how did this happen? How did Starbucks get all of its success? Okay, the first one, you said ingredient. You don't have to use the word ingredient just because they used it in the article. You could say the first reason or the first cause. Okay, so don't overuse ingredient. You've got it many times in here, and you may want to change one or two of them. But the first one is strategy. So what I would do is I would recommend that you end that sentence right there. The first ingredient for success of Starbucks is its strategy, period. Now these points, campaign, location, and quality, these are the supporting ideas of how, what the strategy is. So I would recommend making that its own sentence. Make a nice, clear sentence that shows what that means. Okay, the next one I wanted to talk about, you've done a pretty good job here. Oh, just notice that the word stuff here and staff, those are different words. Okay, so stuff means things, right? That's not the same as staff with an A. In English, spelling is really hard and it's really important because one letter like that and you totally change the meaning, okay? So you don't want stuff, you want staff, which means employees or workers, right? Okay, one other thing here. This sentence. Another ingredient is the quality control where they control the quality of their product. That's too repetitive. Okay, you're basically just repeating yourself and it doesn't sound very academic. So what I would suggest is put a period right here and you need to rewrite this sentence. Take away the word specially and talk about, okay, there's more aspects to the quality control than the timing of coffee. There's 3 or 4 ideas in that paragraph, and you can summarize them in one sentence to give the support for the quality control. Okay, in this last one, you're right. The last one, though, is not the brand partnerships. The last one is this, that they're watchful for new business. And there's two ways. One way that you left out, and the second way is the brand partnerships. So you need to rework that a little. And then finally, you need a conclusion. Remember, all summaries have to end with a conclusion. So you could say something like, the author concludes, or you can use the author's last name, Polland. Polland concludes that what? What does he conclude? What does he say in the last sentence? Starbucks' future looks so bright. Polland concludes that Starbucks has a good future. Something like that. Okay? Those are the elements that you need to work on in this summary. I will attach a document with more specific things, and I'll grade it, and you'll get the feedback in my grades. All right, good luck, Imtiaz. Keep up the good work. I know you have a very busy, demanding life, and you're just doing amazing. You should be proud of yourself and the work that you are accomplishing. So keep it up. Great job.